Hello, it's a few days before Super Bowl Sunday 2023. If you want to know what's going on in commercial finance today, Matt Carmichael has some insights to share with us. Enjoy.
Hey, Matt, good to see you this afternoon. It's a sunny day here in the Seattle area, isn't it?
Yeah, we lucked out a little bit different than my drive down from Snohomish County yesterday. Yeah, thanks for having me. Really appreciate it.
No,
Uh,
this is great. I'm glad you took the time. So you're with First Financial Northwest Bank. Tell us your role there and a little bit about the bank before we get off onto other subjects.
sure. So I'm a commercial banker down here. We're a 100-year-old boutique commercial lender headquartered in Renton, Washington. We do have a legal lending limit of approximately $30 million, but a typical hold is going to be something closer to 20 million, but no minimum. You know, my job at the bank, I arrange senior secured debt for small businesses and middle market companies, um, specifically to finance working capital, M&A transactions, expansion projects, recapitalizations, capital expenditures, and real estate acquisition projects. And then
So,
additionally, I provide a broad range of treasury management products designed to help operators make and receive payments, and then be able to generate the related reporting.
what are you mostly seeing right now going on in your business? What's most of the activity that you have, if there is some?
Yeah, so it's a lot of we're seeing some M&A transactions. We're seeing kind of some companies in transition. And when I say that, I mean like kind of ownership transition. Maybe it's a partner buyout. Top of the house looking to exit, might be a generational transition. Those are all types of things that we've seen this year. Seeing some strategic buyers, obviously in that same context. Not, as a small bank, we're not really interacting with the financial buyers too much. Those are going to be generally your bigger transactions. We're also seeing, some seasoned operators that are looking to get out of their corporate roles and really run their own shows. So that's kind of exciting. Seeing some small search funds, if you can imagine that. I don't know, maybe the small search fund is going to be the next SPAC. I don't know. And then just a lot of individuals that are connected to the local M&A ecosystem that are opportunistically looking at some smaller transactions to put in their own portfolios.
So how is this comparing to the same time last year? I mean, a lot's gone on in the last 12 months, but any significant differences from your perspective?
The conversations I'm having right now, sort of in that transition space, they're largely the same, but the transactions are smaller. I think what we're seeing is, a lot of the larger deals, they've gotten done over the last 2 or 3 years, and so everything's kind of starting to come down market a little bit, which is a good fit for a small shop like ours. And then additionally, this time of year, we kind of see the tail end of every year, and then the beginning of each new year. Companies are looking, at their CapEx strategy. So what equipment do we need to replace this year? What equipment can we acquire that's going to help us grow the business, that type of thing. So we can jump in and work on those projects as well.
So those kind of deals should be fun to work on. What are you seeing as the biggest challenges in your industry, in your business right now?
I think my biggest challenges right now really seem to stem around setting realistic expectations, in the market. I think just broadly speaking, with the economic uncertainty, banks are starting to at least have those credit conversations around maybe tapping the brakes a little bit, maybe dialing back some of the covenants, getting a little bit less aggressive on advance rates, things like that. But again, it's kind of early discussions, nothing that's really starting to make its way into loan agreements at this point.
Okay, so if you were sitting down with an owner today, or in front of a bunch of business people, what advice would you give them for those who are looking for financing right now?
Yeah, that's a great question, and I think again, with the economic uncertainty, some great ideas are pushing your financial advisors, your CPA, get those financial statements prepared earlier in the year. If you can, take a pencil to your projections and your business plan, get those tightened up, and then really drill down and understand, near-term risks and opportunities. And then obviously get your banker involved in conversations super early, whether it's an expansion project or, if you think you're going to trip a covenant or something like that, just have that conversation, because we're, the earlier we know, the more flexible and dynamic we can be.
Okay, great. So, hey, one bonus question here. Who you taking on Sunday? Philadelphia or Kansas City?
Boy, that's a good question. So I read an interesting article about the Philadelphia quarterback having a history as a power lifter. So I'm going to go with the guy with the lowest center of gravity.
Okay, so it's Philadelphia. That's your pick.
That's my bet.
I'm just hoping for a great game. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to put your contact information at the end of this little video here, and you're open to having somebody just pick up the phone and give you a call if they've got a question, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. Feel free to reach out. I'm super available and always out in the market. So really appreciate it.
Perfect. Well, thank you for your time. This is great. It's great to see you again. And you and I got to get together for a beer or two at some point.
Good. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Thanks, Matt.
Thanks, Doug.